It's like even after their own local problem was resolved, however it was resolved, they would be hooked on SOCM, on that sense of you were in a struggle for something really important. A whole lot of SOCM's early membership were retired United Mine Workers. They came out of a union background. They came out of a background of, if you have a problem, you have an organization that helps with it. Very strong goal of SOCM in the early days was to ban strip mining. When it became apparent in the early days of SOCM that we could not get strip mining banned, it was a gut punch. In some ways, I think it made people stronger because it was much bigger than any one situation. SOCM started as a very local 5-county organization, and that was it. Very quickly, we expanded, trying to work on something locally. Often there were strategies locally, but there was at the root of the problem something much bigger than local. People began to hear about people having the same problems in other parts of the state. The more people having the same kind of problem in other whole parts of the state really made your case and your efforts stronger, and also produced much more power. I can't tell you how scary a time the early days were. House burnings, cars were shot up, lots of people got threatening phone calls. But the one who I was most worried about was John Johnson, who lived on Stinking Creek. Stinking Creek was one of the toughest places. It's where strip mine inspectors were beat up. This was where John Johnson lived. When he came to SOCM, he was so timid and nervous. When many of us heard that his house had burned, it was like, John will be in a mental hospital. You know, John, what is he this is horrible that this was John Johnson. And his house was burned because he testified, this nervous, edgy man who was afraid in Stinking Creek, testified in Nashville at a hearing, publicly, Peggy Matthews and I remember went out there. So there's John, and he says, well, what else can they do to me now? I tell you, just the raw courage, it blew me away, to be honest. So that's what SOCM could do to people, because it was much bigger than any one situation.